Hello everyone, I'm Jill Jones. I'm a poet from Adelaide, and my new book from University of West Australian Publishing is here. It's called A History of What I'll Become. There's the cover. And I just wanted to say a few things about the book before I read a few poems from it. Basically, it came out of my interest in both place and desire and how they're mapped and recomposed continuously in a daily sense and also in the bigger picture. And if you read the book, you'll see that the poems in it quote poems from a lot of other writers, and the poems also quote each other across the whole book. And I'm interested in the way that this is not just a conceptual idea, but it's a part of my interest in the way the lyric is a continuous remaking of both traditions and also pointing towards making new poems. So what I'll do is I'll now read a few poems. And the first poem that I want to read, indeed, is composed of some poems that were the titles of sections of an older book of mine called Brink. And those poems actually also quoted from poems in Brink. So this is kind of a times three recomposition. The poem's called Consummations. The spinning world, the guttural dark, sounds the skin and leaves you a book of consummations, fresh as rot and queer within. In the torn fabric, the ancient salvage, it's all moving, clues, charms, throngs, the dearest ground. Exhale between breath bones, no moment more free, horizon potent, enough to be touched. And the second poem that I'll read is, in fact, in a sense, a double sonnet or a braided sonnet, if you like. It's 28 lines, but you could read the poem down each side as 14 lines, but I'll read the whole poem in a zigzag fashion. And it's called Becoming Us on the Grass. If I is another, then are we still becoming beyond all this angry martial light? The camo effect of emojis instead of 10,000 kisses. Bliss floats, so does shit and plastic. But instead of my silicons and polymers, my E. coli DNA trail tripping on a stolen opioid script, here's a field of Corellas, white on green, could be us, love, out there on the racy grass in another older light. As if everything ancient is weird, queer, as if renounced, forsaken by fission and the virtual rather than the vertiginous. As I fall over days in the gritty, this is me, Schmick, actual photo. And when haven't we all been dying? That's still ancient, while I'm standing in the winter parklands, alive as the raven who's been singing among flights of air, of sheer now, of more and everything. I am not you, but you're almost here, and then we will too be coming. And the next poem is part of a series throughout the book, which quite deliberately quotes and requotes different sections of the book. And you might actually hear some resonance in this from the two poems I've already read. This one's called Improvising of Sheer Now. Everything ancient is among flights of sheer now. Even my hair is singing. I fall over days vaster than history. I can't put the leaves back. The dark is fresh as rot, just the way a room is queer within. Lick plethora, the crushed rose inside me. Recompose me in my profane air, my homely head. And the last poem I'll read is more straight up and down, a lyric of a kind, and it's called What the Glass Holds. The shape of the glass is not the same as what the glass holds. The shape of the water is infinite pleasure inside bodies and around them. The shape of the glass reminds me of the night you first arrived. The shape curves in my hand. The glass is the shape of morning and night. The glass reflects the green and yellow light from the garden and the water there in the air and the ground. The water tastes of all and nothing, of its internal bonds, of where it's been. The shape of the glass may one day break, water may break, we will too into our water, air and ground. Today is every day until then. I drink to all that, to what the glass holds and what it doesn't. And thank you for listening to me reading, and don't forget, A History of What I'll Become is available now from UWAP. Thank you.